When you've got something on your heart, you need to continue to pursue it, even if it's not coming together. If you continue to pursue it, eventually God will put the right person in your path. And that's what happened with Reconnect. God just simply put the right person in my path.
When we came to fellowship and we decided this was our church, we liked it here, we knew we were going to like it here, we joined a community group. We've got like the best people, just the best people in our community group. They're just awesome.
Some of our community group had gotten involved in Legacy. It's nothing that we ever even talked about. But I wound up going to that Legacy meeting because I knew that they would be there.
After Keith went to that meeting, we decided, we need to really get involved in Legacy, and it's been awesome.
Reconnect is a music ministry for those suffering with dementia, and the goal is to reconnect those people with the Lord through music. We learned that that's a valid approach because of those organizations that are doing it in the secular world, where they're using music therapy to make that reconnection. We actually launched in March of 2023. We've been going now, this August will be our 6th month. We're now in 5 facilities. We do services probably, I think about 15 or 16 services a month. They'll be singing those songs. Now, we're not handing words out, they're just remembering the songs. And it's just absolutely incredible. These are people that but for the music, you couldn't convey the thought. I mean, it's not like you can go into a dementia patient and have a meaningful dialogue with them about the Lord. But music, I think God hardwired us for music. And that's what they're responding to, is that what God gave us. It's worked out better than I ever imagined it would.
My mom had me when she was 16 years of age. The man who would become my dad married her when I was 2 and adopted me when I was 5. When we were sitting in the congregation one day, I saw this video for Loving Choices. Didn't know anything about Loving Choices, never heard of them, and I'm like, wow, that's something near and dear to my heart. So I told Keith, we need to make a donation. Then they did the baby bottles, where you fill the baby bottles up with the coins. We did that. Yay, all right. I felt like I'm doing my bit for Loving Choices, right? It was probably less than a year later, they showed another video, and I had this overwhelming feeling come into my heart, and it was God saying, that's where I want you to serve. So we left church, and I told Keith, I said, I'm gonna go volunteer at Loving Choices. I said, God's calling me, that's where I need to be. I've been there a year now, and I've had 3 of my girls graduate since I've been there. Each and every one of them just holds a really special place in my heart. All I can say is, if God calls you to do something, if you feel that nudge, if you feel that tug, if you feel that overwhelming feeling like I felt, don't ignore it. Go for it. Just because it is true that God does equip the called. You may not think that you are equipped to do what you're being called to do. I certainly didn't.
I'm not one of those individuals that God speaks to and says that, do this or don't do that. I often say He chooses to remain a silent partner. But when you feel that tug or have that idea or whatever, again, like Genice said, pursue it. I mean, at least discuss it with people and staff members and see if it has any merit. And if it does, it'll flourish. God will make it flourish. I had a come to Jesus moment here. It was a couple of years ago. And I started praying. I prayed that God would use me. When that door opens, you realize how inadequate you are. I think what it's done is it's reinforced my need to submit to Christ and to rely on Him and His wisdom and let this glorify Him.